Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to my channel. I am Mary Sue, and today I'm going to do your love reading for mid-June to mid-July. So we're going to take a look at the overall energies in your romantic love life, and then we'll look at with the tarot to get some idea about any obstacles you may have on your way and any advice from Spirit. And if you're enjoying this reading, I really would appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So right now, you have the mending energy, and it is so interesting. I'm not positive, but I think all of the air signs had this same card, perhaps not in this same position, but I think it's really kind of interesting. You may be working with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So this is kind of like you mending your heart or trying to mend a relationship that you're already in. So it may mean that, that you've had some turmoil in your love life, and you're coming out of a relationship and trying to mend your own heart, or perhaps, you're trying to reconnect with somebody and mend a relationship. Okay, so we're going to get more details. Let's take a look at your obstacle for this month. Never-ending story. Wow. Your obstacle is that you feel like you're always having to mend things. And for some of you, it could be that you are in a relationship, or you feel like you have this pattern of always having to mend things in your romantic relationships. And it could go into other relationships that you have too, work relationships or friends and family. So you may feel kind of like, oh my goodness, why do I always have to be the peacemaker, right? I kind of get that energy of, I'm always the one kind of having to make peace with everybody, trying to calm everybody's feathers down. Okay, so let's see what your future is. Building blocks. Okay, so to me, and on the bottom, new life. Really nice energy. Okay, to me, it's kind of like I think that and we're going to get clarification, but I feel like whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're trying to mend, either within yourself or within a relationship, is going to be fruitful, right? And what you're going through right now is necessary in order to build better foundation for either the relationship you're in right now, or in all relationships, or even in your relationship with yourself, right? About, like loving yourself, that type of thing. So, okay, let's go to, we're going to use the Psychic Tarot, and we're going to clarify these, and then we'll clarify those with the Light Seer Tarot. So let's see, base chakra. Yeah, this is something like part of your soul evolution. Whatever you're going through right now. So take a look at how, these patterns that you're seeing in your life, and perhaps like a fear or a belief system that is keeping you in this like sense of having to mend your relationships to keep the peace. I keep getting that. And it could even go back to childhood. Perhaps you were the one that, even with your siblings, you were the one that was always trying to, keep the peace among all your siblings, right? Or with a particular sibling. Or you may have, your parents may have had somewhat of a tumultuous, relationship, and there may have been arguing or something like that. And maybe you felt like you had to be the one to kind of like mend their relationship, or mend hard feelings with people, that type of thing. And this really, because it's in your base chakra, I really feel like it could be something that has to do with your childhood, like a pattern that you're seeing, right? A pattern that you're seeing from your childhood. Something that is perhaps blocking you having strong foundations in your relationships. I get a sense that, it's almost like you're over giving, or you're not, you're kind of like not standing up for yourself in your relationships. You're you're bending too much. You're almost like too flexible because you want to keep the peace. I just really have this sense of you wanting to keep the peace. Yeah, and so in your obstacle, you have suffering in silence, right? You're seeing this pattern. It's just like happens over and over again. And once again, it could be in all relationships, or at least in perhaps a romantic love relationship that you're in now, or in all of your love relationships. And you're not really saying anything. You know, you're kind of like not standing up for yourself for some reason. So that's something to look at, right? Like, why is it that you're suffering in silence? Why is it that you're not taking the steps needed in order to break this pattern? And that is, you know, it could be, you know, a sense of fear of abandonment. You know, like if I stand up and speak up for myself and say, I don't want to, you know, be the one that always has to apologize, or be the one that, you know, has to put a smile on their face and not complain, right? Whatever it is, it's kind of like you realizing how that is affecting all of your relationships, right? And it's actually affecting your own foundation in yourself. And you really do, because this is on the bottom. You want a new life. You want to start either anew in the relationship that you already have, or start new, start your next new relationship, love relationship, with a better foundation. Wow, this is really, I mean, it's kind of deep. And I know some of you can be, you know, a little bit triggered right now with this energy here and the never-ending story. You may be feeling, you know, like almost a little bit hopeless, but the ending is really good. And it's because you really are working with this energy. You're not just like pushing it to the side. I think you're really looking at it. Yeah, so you have shadow. I think a lot of you are doing either shadow work or inner child work, that type of energy. And if you're not resonating with this, you know, ask yourself, if you're in a relationship, is the person you're dealing with, right, in this kind of energy? Yeah, solitude on the bottom. So this is, you know, like the hermit energy, you know, spending time by yourself, really trying to figure it out. You know, this is kind of an energy of, oh, just tired, kind of depressed, like, you know, it's kind of a sad energy. So let's go ahead and clarify these and see if we can get some kind of advice for you about how to move out of this energy and into something, you know, full of love and happiness. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, the Emperor, and the Page of Swords. That is clarifying, mending, and base chakra, with the Hierophant on the bottom. Yeah, so for a lot of you, this really is about, you know, your beliefs around love, around relationships, around marriage, around family. You could have had a strong, like, father figure in your life, you know, somebody that, the Emperor, you know, is somebody that takes care of the family but isn't very nurturing. Kind of, you know, it's my way or the highway, makes the rules, and, you know, can be sometimes a little abrasive, definitely not very nurturing, you know. And so you could have had, you know, somebody, and it doesn't have to be a father. I'm saying that because the Emperor a lot of times does recognize a male, but it could be, you know, even a mother, or it could even be a boss or a teacher, somebody that made you feel like you had to be the one that always, you know, kept the peace. I just keep getting that, like, kept the peace. You know, you were always trying to mend this. You may be trying to mend a relationship with your father or some male figure in your life that's, you know, like somebody that's usually older, and pretty predominant in your life. But you are, you have the Ace of Wands and the Page of Swords. This is kind of like really kind of looking at this and wanting a fresh start, either in this relationship. And once again, I know this is a romantic love relationship, but I think for some of you, the relationship that you may have had with your father is affecting the foundation of your love life now. Because it's kind of like, you're in this energy of recognizing, looking at it, doing this, shadow work, doing this, to me, inner child work. Like really looking at that and recognizing how the patterns in your relationship with this person, and once again, father, grandfather, male figure, or it could be a female figure, but the way that, that relationship went and the patterns that you had in that are now kind of like also in your romantic love life. And, you're kind of suffering in silence because you're like, you felt like you couldn't speak up to this person in the past, from your childhood perhaps, or it could be a past love relationship. Somebody that's affected you pretty deeply. And now, I think you're kind of wanting to come out of that energy and to start working on healing those wounds so that you can build this really strong foundation. Wow, Pisces. Okay, so let's take a look at this never-ending story. Let's try to figure out. Actually, they're asking me to clarify mending. Okay, so we'll clarify mending. 3 of Pentacles, Star in reverse, Hanged Man in reverse, 10 of Cups. Yeah, so 10 of Cups represents, a happy family, happy life, that type of energy. And, with the 3 of Pentacles, this is you always trying to get everybody to work together, right? And that could have been like your family life as a child, like always being the one that was trying to keep everything together, mending all the little tears in the family blanket or whatever. And, you're starting to feel hopeless that you're going to have to do this all the time. Like you're not able to speak up for yourself. You're not able to really say what's on your mind. And, with the Hanged Man in reverse here, you're kind of waiting, you're getting the wisdom. And here it's kind of like, I just want out of this. Like I almost get the sense inside of me that you want to just bolt. Like you're having a hard time, like seeing how to fix this situation. So you're just kind of like feeling like, I just want to bolt, fly away from this situation. All right, so let's see what the never-ending story is. Yeah. Okay, so the Magician's on the bottom. You're trying to manifest something. Now, this is in your obstacle. All right, so you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone that really knows what they want, similar to the Emperor energy, but this person is probably more actively going and seeking out what it is that they want. So because this is with never-ending story, right? It could be that you're attracting, look back at, your childhood, but you could be attracting love relationships where you're attracting people that always know what they want and they're kind of looking out for themselves and not necessarily for you or for your relationship. The King of Wands can be kind of sometimes a wanderer. And, we have a Lovers in reverse. Right? So it's kind of like you're recognizing that, the King of Wands is not necessarily the one that sticks around. You're seeing the pattern because this is with never-ending story. You're seeing the pattern there. And, this is the 8 of Cups in reverse. So the 8 of Cups is like walking away, but the 8 of Cups in reverse would be like you just keep hanging in there. and suffering in silence, for some reason, and that'll be different for everybody, but for some reason, afraid to walk away from this situation. Yeah. Okay, so on the bottom we have Five of Wands, lots of conflict, this suffering in silence. We have the Devil, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. You've been working at this a very long time and waiting a very, very long time for this idea that this person, this King of Wands, or perhaps the Emperor from the past, is going to come around and offer their love. Like, you have been waiting a really long time, suffering in silence. And it's not like this person could still be in your life, but they're not emotionally attached to you. You're kind of like, it could be that this Emperor in the past wasn't emotionally available for you, and now you're attracting people, love partners that are also not, truly emotionally available, because the King of Wands is somebody that kind of does what they want to do, and doesn't necessarily do it in a loving way. And with the Lovers in reverse, like, you're seeing that. I think you're seeing those patterns. And you may be kind of like working on this shadow work, or moving into this energy of working on the shadow work, and kind of really like delving deep into why you're staying, and why you're staying silent, and what it is that you need to do in order to build a life that's really wonderful for you. Because Pisces, you deserve love. You really deserve somebody that truly loves you. Really interesting. Okay, so for the building blocks, we have Four of Cups in reverse, Nine of Wands, and Seven of Cups, with 10 of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom. I think this is you coming into the energy. This is you waiting around for the perfect love, or waiting around for this person to offer their love, right? You're not waiting around anymore. You're moving on. You've built your boundaries, and you're going to have the strength to tell this person, I'm moving on, right? And you're looking at other options. You're just like, you know what? This really isn't working for me. I want someone that can give me the 10 of Pentacles, that can go the distance, right? And you're just feeling like, yeah, this person is not able to go the distance. Really interesting. Okay, for the shadow, I have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Two of Swords. Yeah, you definitely have something lovely coming in. This is always, to me, like a gift from the universe, right? There's going to be something. You're going to be, if you haven't already, you may be, kind of really starting to contemplate some of this and doing some shadow work, inner child work. You're going to be in the Hermit energy, just going it alone. And, taking off the blindfold. I'm getting this sense that you're going to take off the blindfold and look at all of this. And, you're going to come into this beautiful energy of new life, and recognizing these patterns, and recognizing what it is that you want out of love. Okay, now I'm going to pull some romance angel cards. And, I feel like for a lot of you, you may feel like, your romantic love life at the moment is not going very smoothly, right? But I really want to encourage you that this what you're doing is really evolving your soul, and is going to help you to attract somebody that really does love and cherish you and your life, Pisces. This is really, really, really kind of deep. Yeah, because you have someone on your path that is the one you're supposed to be with. We have Lovers in reverse, And what you want is that. And that person is on your path. That's why you're being triggered. That's why you're going through this situation right now, is because you are going to learn something, some, wisdom. The hangman is about wisdom, right? You're going to learn some wisdom that is going to help you to attract the person that you really are supposed to be with. Yeah, because, and this person, I have a feeling that the person, this King of Wands, could be somebody that there's a lot of chemistry there. But it's kind of like you're starting to ask yourself, okay, we have a lot of chemistry here, but are they someone you can trust, right? And that's what you're wanting. I think, it is... it is kind of interesting because we've had that energy all throughout this, that you feel like, love may not last or something like that. That love is a lot of work. And you are going to have to trust your intuition. Yeah, okay, so they're telling me that, it does have to do with thinking about love in the long term. It could possibly be that the love partners that you're attracting are fun in the short term, but you're attracted to those type of people because they're a lot of fun, but they only are short-term loves. They're not, loves that last, and that's why you're having a difficulty, because you keep attracting people that are really only in it for the short term. And you're not attracting people that are in it for the long term. So it's kind of like shifting your perspective and realizing that, someone that's fun to be with for a short period of time, and even, a couple of years or something, but is someone that's not going to commit to the long term, is, they're kind of like two different people. You can't change, you can't change that about somebody. That's kind of an interesting message I'm getting. Okay, so let's go to your creativity oracle. Growth. Feel open, willing, and proud of your desire to explore new opportunities for self-development. And, that comes to this. And, I really, and all three of these cards, now that I think about it, right, is you really working on your own self-development, your personal growth, your soul evolution. Like, I really feel like some of you are going through a huge transformation here. And to really trust the process, trust your guides, trust yourself. Like, I think you're doing this for yourself. I think you have gotten into this energy of, I just can't take this anymore. I have to figure out what to do differently, right? And you're exploring that. And it's really just lovely energy. Okay, so hang in there, Pisces. Hang in there. It's hard when you're going through these times. But I think, you do know, I think you intuitively know that this is something you really want to look at, because you really are trying to build like a beautiful life for yourself. And you know that you can't do it without doing this work. Okay, so let's take a look at your angel message. Courage. Dare to be different, to make mistakes, create, for it is in creation that you exist. In this world of dreams that stem from the eternal heart, you are one with all creation. All is possible. Go forth and be true to yourself, for it is only through being true to you that you can be true to others. I think that's a great message. I think, whatever has happened in the past, right? This is you mending it, but you're mending it for others, or for those that are around you. And it comes from a really great place, in your heart. But what you have to do is learn to be true to yourself first, and then, kind of help others. It's that whole, airplane thing, when the mask falls out, right? They tell you to put your own mask on first and then help others. is kind of that type of energy, that you have spent a lot of time and energy trying to help others to mend either their life or the relationships, and that type of, thing. And it's kind of like time for you to be able to stand up for yourself and do what's best for you. And that will help to create some more peace in all of your other relationships. Well, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I really enjoyed doing it for you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.